You're not welcome. Quebec freezes immigration for tech and healthcare workers. Welcome back to Canada Chronicles. Today, we're diving into a major shakeup in Quebec's immigration system. The province has just frozen key immigration programs for tech and healthcare workers, leaving thousands of applicants and businesses in limbo. We'll break down what this sudden policy change means for Quebec's economy, healthcare system, and future growth. Plus, stay tuned because later in the video, we'll explore Quebec's new immigration plans and potential caps that could change the game even more. You don't want to miss it. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Let's get started. Quebec's sudden policy shift. In April 2025, Quebec's decision to abruptly halt two major immigration streams targeting AI and tech professionals, along with healthcare workers, sent shockwaves through the province and beyond. On April 22, 2025, the Ministry of Immigration, Francisation, and Integration announced the immediate suspension of applications for two critical permanent immigration pilot programs, the AI, IT, and visual effects pilot and the orderlies pilot for healthcare workers. The government justified the move by citing overwhelming application volumes and a pressing need to manage processing more effectively. The pause, scheduled to last until June 30, 2025, came without any prior notice, leaving thousands of applicants and employers completely blindsided. Many had been investing months, if not years, into meeting the stringent criteria, only to find their plans derailed overnight. This sudden shift not only upended individual lives, but also disrupted sectors heavily reliant on international talent. It raised immediate concerns about Quebec's ability to meet its labor market needs and maintain its competitiveness in industries critical to the province's economic future. Impact on vital sectors. These immigration programs were specifically designed to tackle acute labor shortages in Quebec's technology and healthcare industries. Without a steady pipeline of new skilled workers, both sectors are now at risk. Montreal has steadily built a reputation as a global hub for artificial intelligence and advanced technology. The AI, IT, and visual effects pilot was essential in helping firms attract the world-class talent needed to fuel innovation and economic development. With the suspension of this program, Quebec risks falling behind other major tech centers in Canada and internationally. Tech companies, especially startups and research-intensive firms, depend on fresh expertise to remain competitive. Without access to new talent, projects may stall, expansion plans could shrink, and overall industry momentum could slow significantly. The healthcare sector faces equally serious consequences. The orderlies pilot was created to bring in workers for long-term care facilities, hospitals, and other healthcare settings, desperately short-staffed after the strain of the COVID-19 pandemic. Suspending this stream intensifies the already critical shortage of frontline workers. Fewer orderlies mean more pressure on existing healthcare staff, longer wait times for patients, and a potential decline in the quality of care provided to Quebec's aging population. Applicants and employers in limbo. For many individual applicants, the sudden program freeze has created a nightmare scenario. Skilled professionals who carefully tailored their career paths to fit program criteria now face indefinite delays. Financial investments, emotional sacrifices, and professional aspirations have been thrown into uncertainty with little to no guidance from the provincial government. Employers are facing a different but equally disruptive reality. Industries that depend on a consistent influx of skilled labor, such as technology firms, healthcare providers, education institutions, and construction companies, are scrambling to fill essential roles. Workforce planning has been thrown into disarray. In an economy where finding specialized workers was already challenging, this move could severely compromise businesses' ability to meet project deadlines, expand services, or maintain quality standards. Political motivations behind the freeze. Quebec's decision did not occur in a vacuum. The coalition Avenir Quebec government, led by Premier François Legault, has consistently prioritized protecting and promoting French language and culture through its immigration policies. Increasing provincial control over immigration has been central to this agenda. The suspension reflects a broader political strategy that emphasizes managing immigration levels tightly and ensuring that new arrivals are more likely to integrate linguistically and culturally. Quebec's leaders argue that preserving the French language is essential to maintaining the province's unique identity within Canada. However, critics argue that this approach risks sacrificing economic vitality by limiting the pool of global talent. Language requirements have always been a point of contention. While the goal of linguistic integration is understandable, critics warn that strict French proficiency standards might exclude highly qualified candidates who would otherwise contribute significantly to the province's economy. Employer frustration and industry concerns. Across Quebec, businesses are voicing serious concerns about the suspension's impact. Technology companies fear losing the momentum they have built over years of investment and innovation. Healthcare providers are worried about maintaining staffing levels and ensuring patient care does not suffer. Industries such as manufacturing, hospitality, construction, and education also heavily depend on both temporary foreign workers and permanent residents to fill labor shortages. With the suspension cutting off essential talent pipelines, these industries face immediate and long-term operational challenges. Many employers have already reported delays in project launches, slower service delivery, and increased costs associated with finding and training alternative workers. Some are even considering relocating operations to other provinces or countries that offer more stable immigration policies. Thanks for staying with us this far. If you're finding this breakdown helpful, stay tuned because the next part reveals major changes Quebec is planning that could reshape immigration even more dramatically. Legal, ethical, and federal-provincial tensions. The abruptness of the suspension has also raised legal and ethical concerns. Immigration lawyers and advocacy organizations are questioning whether the lack of notice violates principles of procedural fairness. Applicants who had been encouraged to apply under existing rules feel betrayed, and many are considering legal avenues to challenge the decision. Transparency and accountability have become rallying cries. Advocacy groups argue that immigration policies should be predictable and stable, allowing individuals and businesses to plan their futures without fear of sudden rule changes. The situation also highlights the ongoing tension between Quebec and the federal government. While Immigration, Refugees, and Citizenship Canada sets national immigration targets, Quebec wields considerable power in selecting its own immigrants. This division creates friction when provincial priorities clash with national economic goals. As Canada faces labor shortages nationwide, Quebec's restrictive stance complicates efforts to develop a coherent, countrywide strategy for addressing demographic and workforce challenges. Personal stories, the human impact. Beyond statistics and politics, personal stories are emerging that illustrate the deep human cost of the program freeze. Skilled workers who moved their lives to Quebec with dreams of permanent settlement now face heartbreak. One healthcare worker from the Philippines, employed at a long-term care facility in Montreal, shared her profound disappointment. After years of hard work, language study, and integration efforts, she now faces an uncertain future. Her story, and many others like it, underscores the real-life impact of abrupt policy decisions. These stories resonate deeply because they highlight the sacrifices immigrants make and the profound vulnerability they experience when immigration pathways are closed without warning. Potential economic fallout. The economic consequences of Quebec's immigration freeze could be serious and far-reaching. Businesses that cannot fill critical roles are likely to see decreased productivity and profitability. Growth sectors like technology and healthcare could lose ground to competitors in other provinces or countries with more open immigration systems. Healthcare systems, already under strain, may see patient care quality decline as staffing shortages worsen. Increased stress on remaining employees could lead to burnout, higher turnover rates, and even more pronounced gaps in service delivery. Longer term, Quebec's ability to attract investment and foster innovation could be compromised. Investors and entrepreneurs may look elsewhere if they perceive Quebec as an unreliable environment for talent acquisition. Quebec's future immigration plans and potential caps. Looking ahead, Quebec is preparing even more restrictive immigration measures. Reports indicate that the province plans to lower permanent immigration levels to fewer than 50,000 newcomers annually by 2026. This strategic tightening reflects an attempt to balance immigration with the province's integration capacity and cultural preservation goals. Quebec has already placed strict caps on family reunification applications, causing long backlogs and significant delays. By continuing to prioritize economic immigration over family reunification, the province hopes to exert greater control over its demographic evolution. French language proficiency will remain a central requirement, with goals aiming for 95% of economic immigrants to be francophone. Additionally, for the first time, Quebec will include temporary residents like international students and temporary foreign workers within its immigration levels plan. This move aims to better regulate the temporary population and align it more closely with labor market demands. However, these plans have sparked concerns that Quebec could inadvertently create barriers that make it harder for businesses to find skilled workers and for communities to thrive. Quebec's decision to freeze key immigration programs has left many skilled workers, students, and industries facing serious uncertainty. As the province moves toward even tighter immigration controls and new caps, the future for newcomers and industries that depend on immigration looks increasingly complicated. How these policies unfold will shape Quebec's economy, healthcare system, and cultural landscape for years to come. Thanks for watching Canada Chronicles. If you found this video helpful, make sure to give it a like, leave a comment with your thoughts, and don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you're always up to date on Canada's immigration news. We'll see you in the next video.